Instagram, and we're live on YouTube at the same time.
Look at us go.
We're going. It's great. It's great.
Guys.
Welcome to our weekly discussion where we talk about Westworld and this new episode called The Reunion.
Reunion.
So now let's get serious.
Very different from a high school reunion.
Kind of. I don't know. I've seen.
Are you guys ready to get serious? Are you guys ready to talk about some Westworld and get freaking serious in here?
Because we got some theories. We're going to recap the episode a little bit. We're going to tell you what went on and how it's going down.
Yeah. So if you did not watch last night's episode of Westworld.
Naughty.
Season 2, episode 2. Just go away, watch it, and come back, and the video will be uploaded to YouTube and Instagram, and you'll be able to watch it there.
Hey.
So that's your chance. That's your cue. If you don't want spoilers, go away.
Go out.
So let's talk. We have a lot of theories. Let's just sort of go over an overview of what happened in the episode. So it starts off with, how does it start off?
It starts out with Dolores and Arnold outside in like the futuristic world. It's actually real world outside of Westworld.
And our previous theory was that that might have been the real person who Dolores was based off of. That's wrong.
We're wrong.
It was our other theory that was a showcase for possible investors in Westworld. So we were right about that one.
We got so far 1-1.
1-1.
Breaking even. We're doing pretty good.
So yeah, that is Dolores's like first outing pretty much. And Arnold takes her out there and is sort of like, I don't think that, you know, humans really deserve the real world. I think that pretty much implying you guys do, you know, hosts.
What I thought was really interesting about that is that it starts out with that scene first before we can see the credits. It's that scene and then we go in the credits.
Yeah.
I don't think Westworld usually does that.
No.
So I figure that's a really significant point, mostly because we did see young Ford there. Well, we didn't really see him.
Well, we hear him.
We hear him. We've been hearing Ford a lot this season, but not really seeing him that much.
Yeah.
So he's still around, but
we think he's still around. A lot of theories out there think that he's just talking through the grave, but we kind of think he uploaded his consciousness somewhere and is watching all this go down, which is interesting because we learn in the episode that they're Arnold and Ford's company like thing is called the Argos Initiative.
And
we looked up what that means.
Oh, we did our homework a little bit.
That means, okay, it's Greek, first of all. Delos is also Greek, which is interesting. Argos sort of means all-seeing. A man with 100 eyes had the name of Argos in Greek mythology. And it means the all-seeing one. So I kind of think that Ford is watching all this go down.
Oh, damn. He's the original Argos.
He is seeing all. So that is.
Do we know his last name? Is his last name like Ford, Argos, Ford the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Robert Argos Ford. Maybe his middle name's Argos. We don't know.
Maybe that's just what that. It just seemed a little coincidental that Delos and Argos are both Greek cities, and powerful and important Greek cities.
And in both those cities in Greece.
Yes.
Sorry. Greece is actually where gods are actually born
Gods were born in those cities.
Or at least sons of gods and daughters. So,
and that is a huge theme of Westworld, which is like gods don't rule us. Who is the god? A new god walks among us.
We are getting pretty biblical in the new season of Westworld.
Yep. And it's very interesting that the man in black sort of is telling Lawrence in this episode, you know, people, they came here because they wanted a place hidden from God. They didn't want to be judged. They didn't want their sins to be tallied up. They think no one is watching. But a big reveal in this episode is sort of like, oh, we are watching.
Always watching.
We're going to use this. Argos literally means the all-seeing one. They're watching. And they're Facebook. They're using the data. And the young William sort of tells James Delos, like, you can use this data to market for your company. Like,
people don't know what they want.
Exactly.
That's why you spend all your money in marketing. But right here, you see complete people's inhibitions and just exactly who they are or what they want to go for.
When they think no one is watching.
And also, you got to remember, Westworld is a really expensive park. The people who are going there have a lot of money. And the people usually have a lot of money, have a lot of wealth, and have a lot of power.
Yes.
So I believe there must be like a blackmail component going on of that too.
Well, whoever has the information has the power. So that's how young William convinced Delos to invest.
James Delos.
Mm-hmm. James Delos. And also James Delos, we find out, was pretty much dying.
He's not feeling that good.
At his retirement party that he is, you know, stepping down, but not by choice. So that sort of means that he's going to kick the bucket. And then we hear young William kind of tell him, like, we have something in development, but it's not quite ready. I think that is uploading the consciousness into a host. Like, that is the development, I think, that he was referring to.
They never die.
You can never die.
Immortality.
That is the future of Westworld.
Which is what ghosts have as well. Immortality.
And so here's a kicker.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
James Delos.
Remember that? Dolores' dad. Oh, no.
No. You spoiled it.
I messed up.
James Delos is Dolores' dad.
What?
Abernathy.
What?
We think that because, stay with us. So he kicks the bucket, right? And then young William goes, okay, I'm going to upload your consciousness, and then I'm going to put you into a host. We put him in Abernathy, Dolores' dad. Dolores is the oldest host in the park. And Abernathy flips out when he finds the picture of his daughter.
It looks so familiar to him.
It looks familiar. Why does it look familiar? Because it's his daughter. Why would he go crazy? And why would they be so keen? Remember the first episode when they're trying to escape the park, and what is her name? Who's with Bernard?
Oh, Charlotte.
Charlotte is like, they're not going to come escape us until they receive their package. And the package is Abernathy. Why do they want that so bad? That being James Delos' consciousness would explain that.
Boom. We're not sure why, but we have a feeling that's a really good theory.
I think it's a pretty good theory. Okay, so the secret weapon. What is the secret weapon that everybody keeps talking about? Everybody keeps talking about the Valley Beyond. It all has different names in this episode, but they're all trying to get to the same place except for Maeve. The Man in Black is trying to get there to destroy it. If you remember, he said he's going to burn this whole place to the ground. Why would he want to destroy that information? Why would he want to destroy the data center that he built? That was his greatest mistake. And Dolores says, oh, an old friend made the mistake of showing it to me once. We're headed there. So it's like a race.
But is it actually William she's talking about? Because that just seems too straightforward for Westworld a little bit.
I don't know.
It seems too straightforward.
I think the Man in Black is trying to get there to destroy it because he doesn't want sort of that future anymore. He realizes that, oh, that's not a good idea. And Dolores wants to get there either to use the information as blackmail for power or use it to sort of upload everybody's consciousness who's visited the park into hosts and then program them to control them. So she's sort of like, she's always said a new god will walk this land after you perish, and she's going to be kind of like the queen robot, like the Khaleesi of robots, mother of hosts.
There we go.
So
breaker of unawareness.
Exactly. And Arnold has always been pushing for her to do that, I think. Like, he wants the world to belong. He doesn't think the humans deserve the world they built. He wants it to belong to the hosts. Okay. So the next theory is the Man in Black. What we questioned is the Man in Black a host
himself?
Or is that the Man in Black? It would make sense if the Man in Black made a host of himself and put it in the real world to kind of live with his wife and child until she killed herself, while he sort of plays in Westworld the whole time. And that would explain why his wife couldn't live with him, because it's not really him. Or, I don't know. That's one of my theories.
That's an interesting one.
I like that theory.
Okay.
Because how would he have so much time to, like, have a wife and a child and unless he just was never there? But why would she kill herself if he was never there? She killed herself because she couldn't live with him.
You talking about James Delos?
No.
Bernard's wife didn't kill herself.
I'm talking about Man in Black's wife.
Oh, okay.
William's wife.
Okay.
I think he made a host of himself, put his consciousness in it, went and sent it to the real world so that he could stay in Westworld and, like, live there. And didn't tell his wife and child.
Dirty.
Maybe she killed herself because she felt like she was living with a ghost. I don't know.
Interesting.
Another theory. What happened to Logan?
What happened to Logan?
Hi, Amy Danker.
Hi, Amy.
Hello. How are you doing? So good to hear from you. What happened to Logan? We see him getting high by himself at the retirement party. Is it?
Yeah, the retirement party.
The retirement party in this episode. And Dolores goes down there and he's like, oh shit, it's you. Like this, they're gonna burn everything down. There's the destruction of humanity, basically. And what's funny is they lit the match. So Logan is aware of what the overall goal is.
Something's happening. And Logan knows what it is. What I really believe it is immortality. Because I think that actually makes us humans. is our mortality. The fact that we do die.
Yeah.
You know, so I believe that kind of like
they're destroying the human race is pretty much what Logan was saying.
Well, they're destroying the component that is humanity in a way.
By
making us all immortal. Or at least the people who have so much wealth and power to become immortal, but then will die.
Why wouldn't Logan want that?
He's honestly, maybe he's just been so like hurt and just such horrible things happening in his life that he doesn't really want to live anymore. You know, kind of like Bernard, you know, and kind of like an Arnold. His kid died. Like, do you want to be immortal
his
forever? His
father pretty much disowned him in a way, just gave the company to somebody else, somebody who's marrying his sister that he hates. We're good, Amy. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Another theory that we came up with, actually Julia did, what if Logan, so he's like getting high and stuff, right? We probably think in the future he probably...
Why haven't we not seen present Logan? I would love to see present Logan.
You know what I think it is? It's because of the reveal.
To see
there's going to be a big twist
to be
with who Logan is, who Logan has been this whole time. I think Logan died. He's a heroin addict. He probably overdosed, and Julia thinks that Logan was uploaded into...
It's a small theory.
Lawrence.
Ooh. Because isn't it weird that that the Man in Black does tell Lawrence kind of like, you are a tour guide for pretty much all these people. And the person who came to Westworld, who was this tour guide? Logan. You know.
And it would also make sense why the Man in Black treats Lawrence so poorly every time. And Lawrence is always drawn to the Man in Black. Why is Lawrence always drawn back to the Man in Black? Why? And he is always his tour guide. And then the Man in Black always ends up like draining his blood, killing him, and like dragging him around on a horse with like a noose around his neck. Hi, Q.
Hi, Q.
So it would make sense for him to have uploaded Logan into Lawrence's body to sort of pick at him even more, even after that. I think that's going to be a huge reveal. Poor Logan. I love Logan. Poor Logan.
At first, we thought he was a dick, and that's kind of like, you're kind of doing a Jamie Lannister here thing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, you probably will be like, oh, man. You know? But we just don't know, because I'm really curious to see where Logan is. You know? I don't know. We've heard of Delos dying, but we never heard of, you know,
and Delos could be Abern out there. I think so many consciousnesses have been uploaded into like hosts and stuff. I just don't know who Dolores is. And why does Ford tell Arnold it's time to let go? It's time to show her, time to move on, time to let go. Like, she is so significant to him. For what reason? Just because he built her? Or does she really have some of... Because he said, you remind me so much of my son in this last episode. Ooh. Is there parts of people in his life that he's uploaded into her that helped him build her? I don't know.
Well, someone's still alive when he told her that.
Right.
Just weird stuff. Just weird stuff.
Okay, let's talk about Maeve a little bit. So we see Maeve in this episode kind of have a standoff with Dolores. I know we're so close to getting 1,000 subs.
We're seeing 1,000 subscribers. Please help us. If you're watching, please subscribe. You can see all of this awesomeness and a lot more. A lot more sometimes.
We had monetization and it was taken away, and we just want it back. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and then we get it again. And we can get a real YouTube channel. I want to be a real boy. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, Maeve. Anyways, so she comes and sees Dolores. They have this really interesting talk about Dolores saying, you need to join the fight for freedom. And Maeve is like, I just want to enjoy being free. And are you going to not let me pass? Woman who fights for freedom, can I freely pass?
Ooh,
and Dolores is like, fine, go ahead. So they're both sort of fighting for the same cause in very different ways. And Maeve is sort of making her way to Shogun World. And she is pretty much one of the only hosts that is able to leave the park. Why?
I mean, is she like, we just don't know.
Because she burned herself.
When did she burn herself?
She burned herself. So
did she burn herself with Hector, though?
I'm pretty sure Hector went down with her.
Well,
she burned alive.
She burned alive, but also Hector was there, too.
Hector was there, too.
Even at the end of the first season... She can leave the park, but he still can't.
She programmed him to not be able to. Remember?
Oh, snapper. Oh,
she did. She said, I'm sorry, love. Like, I got to do this one on my own. Because, so basically, the hosts are all programmed to not leave.
The ashes rise the phoenix.
The phoenix flies, yes.
Yes.
So she burned herself alive in order for them to rebuild her so that she could change her programming to allow her to leave the park. And Hector did burn with her. And she probably changed that, but that doesn't mean that she can't change it back. So maybe Hector will go with Maeve to Shogun World. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I think they will end up there. Maybe it's not about leaving their own park, but about leaving the island. Is what they're talking about. You know,
the whole island.
You can go to different parks, but you just can't go to different islands.
I think that Dolores is going to make it back to the place that Arnold lived at in New York when he was showing her that little bungalow and was like, you know, life has been good to me.
You thought that was New York?
I'm just assuming.
I think China.
Oh, yeah, it is some Asian country. You're right.
Yeah.
It might be like Tokyo, even. I don't know. It's somewhere, wherever he's living. He's like, I will bring you back here. You know, so I think she's going to, by the end of the season, make it back to that spot. It's full circle. And she'll probably say that line again.
Isn't this world so full of splendor?
Yeah, doesn't it just look full of splendor? Have you ever seen anything that looks so full of splendor? I've never seen Westworld. After hearing this, I don't think it's a show for me. It doesn't sound bad or anything. Just not my thing. No worries, Amy. It's definitely dark, and it has a lot of like overtones that are just very like sinister and like questioning humanity and kind of technology and how we use it. And it's very comparable to some things that are happening today, like with Facebook and like privacy and being used for marketing. And, you know, you don't really know what's going on and you think there's privacy, but there's this all-seeing God.
There's somebody always watching.
It's definitely dark, deep themes.
Have you seen Snowden? You should cover up this thing, actually. They're watching right now. They're watching.
They're always watching.
I am FBI agent.
Okay, what else do we have to talk about?
We should kind of keep it like under a certain amount of time.
How long have we been? 15 minutes? Yeah, we're going to have to start wrapping it up. So let's just go over what we sort of talked about this episode. The biggest thing that I kind of like is that we found out the Argos Initiative is what the Westworld company was called that was trying to get Delos to invest. And Delos is Greek, Argos is Greek. They both are Greek cities, very powerful, and they both had gods that were born there. And the overall theme of Westworld has sort of been like, who is the God? Who is controlling? Is God watching? And Argos also means the all-seeing one, man of 100 eyes.
Ooh.
And so people think no one's watching, but they have been the whole time. The question is, the big question, which they even talk about in this episode, is what is the question that no one has asked? What, you know, there's an answer to a question no one has even thought to ask. What is this information being used for? Is it to upload consciousness, to live forever? Is it to just
it's not even about those questions.
Is it just marketing? Is it literally just to use information to sell things to people? Or is it something we haven't even thought of asking?
Maybe it's just an old Payless shoes. You know, we just don't know. I don't know.
But let us know in the comments below what you think of these theories, what you thought of the episode, and of your own theories, what you think is going on. Have you ever thought of doing an Avengers parody? We have thought about that. It would be very difficult. We're actually going to go see the Avengers tomorrow. Woo! So we will get back to you on that one. If we like the movie, that's always a possibility.
But thank you so much for watching.
Love you guys.
Make sure you come back here next week. We're doing this for the whole season Monday,
2. Next Monday.
Season 2. Monday. Thanks for doing your series with us. We appreciate it. Yay!
Make sure to share this video, like and subscribe. Bye, YouTube.